Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with today's day after discussion of the Oilers' 6-2 loss to the Los Angeles Kings last night. The Kings now have a commanding 2-0 series lead as this series shifts back to Edmonton for games 3 and 4. And obviously, if things do not change for the Oilers, they are going to be out of this playoffs very, very quickly. Now, last night, many of you tuned in to the live stream. Many of you tuned into the post-game fan reaction. Tons of new subscribers, a lot of new viewers, a lot of old viewers. There was a lot of negativity from me last night. What you saw last night is not usually reflective of how I am on this channel. I do preach positivity 99.9% of the time. Last night, the team broke me a little bit. I was broken a little bit. I woke up this morning. I still wasn't feeling good. So I took my time before hitting record on this video because I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Instead of deep diving a brutal loss where I had an absolute breakdown on my video last night and on the live stream, a total crash out, I want to flip the script a little bit. I want to flip the narrative just a little bit here on this team. For my own channel, my own sanity, I want to focus on some of the positives here today. And this video, I promise, is actually going to be shorter. It is not going to be 40 minutes long, like I said last time, and then it ended up being 40 minutes long. But first things first, there's a couple things I want to get out of the way with the channel. Number one, the support lately has been incredible. Honestly, from fans all over, whether you're an Oilers fan or a Kings fan, Flames, Canucks, Leafs, like the amount of fans that have tuned in so far from all different parts of the world, all different fan bases across the NHL, that's incredible. So I just want to give you all a huge, huge shout out. You make what I do so much more fun, so much easier, and so much more passionate. I don't do what I do without your support, so thank you. Number two, something happened overnight when I was sleeping that was a little bit unexpected. And it's not the view counts on my post-game fan reaction, which as of right now is at about 8,000 views, which is, that's crazy to me. That's a lot of views. Thank you for watching me crash out. Something special happened. A huge milestone for the channel that I have been saying is on its way very, very quickly. And I have to acknowledge it right now as a massive thank you to everyone. We hit the 5,000 subscriber milestone. We are 5,060 now. The amount of subscribers that we've gained in just 4 days since the Oilers started their playoff run, which is potentially a short playoff run. I cannot thank all of you enough. This is completely unexpected. Did not expect it to blow up like it did over the last few days. I don't have anything specific planned for a giveaway or a special 5,000 subscriber stream or you know, thing for the channel, but I will have something soon. I promise there will be something to acknowledge everyone that is supporting the channel right now. 5,000 subscribers is crazy. I only started making videos a year and a half ago, and to hit that milestone in such a short time, it really shows that hockey fans, Oilers fans, we are the best fan base on the planet. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you a million times, thank you. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video and be a little bit more positive and just be a little bit different with it. Let's just try and find some positives from the first two games. There's a couple things I want to talk about with regards to teams that go down in a series 0-2, what the chances look like. Can this team do it? And then try and set us up for game 3. So if you end up enjoying this video, hit that like button, and it goes a long way in supporting. And let's kind of jump into the video here. Now, that 5-on-5 expected goals for percentage is not accurate. I'm just going to hide it there. The Oilers were not over 50% last night. I think they were like 30%. So, of course, bottom of the screen, you have the 6-2 score from the Kings. You have the 2-0 series lead. And on the right, you have today's topics. They will be timestamped for you. So if there's anything that you want to skip to, you obviously can. But this video is not super long, so you probably don't have to bounce around too much. Number one, I want to talk about John Klingberg. Number two, I'm going to talk a little bit about history of going down 0-2 in the playoffs and some recent examples involving the Edmonton Oilers. Number three, we're going to talk about home ice, the fans that will be showing up for game 3 and 4. And of course, at the very end, just one more heartfelt thank you to all of you. So let's just jump right into it. We'll start with John Klingberg, and there's a specific moment that I want to show with the NHL Edge visualizer. If you're listening to this and you can't watch it, I'm just going to try and describe this as best as I can. John Klingberg was inserted into the lineup last night. He has not played in weeks and weeks and weeks. A lot of us didn't even know if he was going to be able to play any playoff games at all here in Oil Country. And there was always concern, can he handle it? Can he handle the physicality? Is he going to be able to skate? I thought John Klingberg, considering the circumstances, had a really, really good showing for Edmonton last night. And the Edge visualizer for Leon Draisaitl's goal will show that. He made a good play along the half wall. There was 2 times where he's pinching and preventing the puck from getting out. He brings it into the middle of the ice, and he finds Draisaitl for a beautiful tip one-timer in the slot. That allowed Edmonton to, at the time, make it a 2-goal deficit, and it was a real great play from John Klingberg. And I thought all night John Klingberg was using his stick well. I thought he was moving well. I thought he was smart with the puck. He has those offensive instincts, and that's why Chris Knobloch inserted him into the lineup, because of his ability to create plays in the offensive zone. And the Oilers right now, as a team, they are struggling at getting consistent zone time, and John Klingberg is one of those guys that can help the big guns get things going. And I thought it was interesting, too, that they kept trying to get Klingberg out there with McDavid and Draisaitl until the game became out of reach. So that shows that Knobloch and Paul Coffey are noticing that as well. And Evan Bouchard, for all of the upside that he has with his offensive game, the defensive game, the coaches are clearly pulling back that trust a little bit when it comes to who they want on the ice with Draisaitl, with McDavid. And if John Klingberg, depending how things go at home, they have the last change, I have no problem with Klingberg getting the shifts with Draisaitl or McDavid. I do think, though, they're going to have to split up McDavid and Draisaitl on their own lines. The LA Kings are too good at shutting other lines down. And if they are shutting down McDavid and Draisaitl, there's no other line on Edmonton that can get the job done. Nobody on this team right now seems to be able to get anything going. The only lines that have been able to get anything going are if McDavid and Draisaitl are on that line. Yes, Victor Arvidsson had a goal last night, but he also had a horrific giveaway in the defensive zone that led to the LA Kings scoring the 4th goal of the game for them, and then eventually the game became completely out of reach. So John Klingberg, great showing. Really happy about that. I wanted to give a shout out to John Klingberg. I have been pretty hard on John Klingberg. I actually advocated for him to just not play at all anymore after a while, but that was a good showing, and I'm happy that John Klingberg had a good game. Now, moving on quickly, like I said, this video, it's going to be a quick one. The history of going down in a series 0-2. Now, obviously, we all know the odds are against Edmonton. They have to win for the next 5 games against a very, very good Los Angeles Kings team. And for Edmonton, what are some recent examples of the Oilers coming back from 0-2 down? Now, last year, they went 3-0 down to Florida. They almost came back. They couldn't get the job done. But in 2017, the Oilers had a 2-0 series lead. They actually took both games on the road in Anaheim in round 2. And then the Anaheim Ducks ended up winning that series in 7. They went to Edmonton. They won 2 games. We all know about that historic 3-0 collapse in Game 5 for the Oilers. The Oilers went back home, won Game 6. Leon Draisaitl with a playoff hat trick. And then Game 7, it was a hard-fought battle. The Ducks came out on top. I know Oilers fans don't want to hear that, but that's an example of a team coming back from 0-2 down. There are other examples involving Edmonton, and the last time the Oilers have actually been able to come back from 0-2 down from losing 2 games on the road was in 2006, round 2 against the San Jose Sharks. They went into San Jose. They lost games 1 and 2. They came home. Game 3 goes to triple overtime. Ryan Smith took a puck to the face that night, teeth everywhere, but he comes back from injury. He centers the overtime winner to Sean Horkoff that prevented Edmonton from dropping 3-0 down, and the Oilers eventually went on a 7-game win streak. They won the next 3 games after that to take the series in 6, and then they won the first 3 games against the Anaheim Ducks in the conference final. They lost once, and then they closed things out in Game 5 to go to the Stanley Cup final. So the Oilers in the past were able to get the job done once. They have not fell down 0-2 in any series in the McDavid and Draisaitl era, other than, of course, you had the Winnipeg Jets series where they got swept. They did not have anything going in that series. But in any other series that they've lost, it's usually been a sweep as well. The Colorado Avalanche 2022, they went on to win the Stanley Cup. But in 2023 with Vegas, it was kind of a back and forth, and then Vegas eventually took the thing in 6. But there are other teams who have come back from 0-2. The Tampa Bay Lightning in the conference finals against the New York Rangers in 2022. The Lightning fell down 0-2, and then they eventually won that series. The Carolina Hurricanes in 2019, they were down 0-2 to the Washington Capitals. They came back and won that series in 7. There are times where teams do it, but 88% of the time, the team that is up 2-0 in a series does win the series. So right now, the Oilers have a 12 to 14% chance of coming back. And do you bet against this team? Do you bet against the Edmonton Oilers? Do you bet against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl? Are you betting against the 2 best players in the world? Are you betting against the home ice advantage that they're going to have in oil country? This crowd is ready to explode in Edmonton. They are going to be giving the boys so much energy, and I'm not betting against them. Right? Last night, all hope was lost. Today, we are flipping that around. I'm not betting against the Oilers right now. And speaking of home ice, that brings us to our next topic, home ice. The Oilers absolutely cook on home ice historically in the playoffs. So, like, they do lose games, obviously. A lot of times they'll lose in overtime. But the Oilers crowd is kind of what I'm talking about. Oilers fans specifically. Those of you who are watching these videos, those of you who do go to the games, go to playoff games, that building becomes the loudest building in the NHL. It is absolutely bonkers inside of Rogers Place. And the Oilers feed off of that. They feed off that energy. And if there's any team that can find a way to come back from 0-2 down in this series against the Los Angeles Kings, when all hope seems lost, it's the Edmonton Oilers. It's Connor McDavid. It's Leon Draisaitl. And they will be boosted by the fans. The fans are going to support so much because Oilers fans are legitimately the best fans in the NHL. Now, everyone says that about their own fan base. Obviously, as a Homer Oilers fan, I'm going to say that too. But the Oilers fans, they show up. They showed up during the Decade of Darkness for every single game. Edmonton has sold out nearly every single game in the salary cap era. This fan base, they are passionate. And even though a lot of fans believe this series is over, a lot of fans believe that the odds are against Edmonton, it doesn't mean that they're stopping supporting their team. And that includes myself. I think it's going to be difficult, but I am not going to sit here and go, no, they're getting swept. No, this, no, that. No, I'm going to sell my playoff ticket for the game on Sunday. I'm not doing that. I said that last night in my post-game fan reaction. I would never actually do that. I'm going to go to the game, even if they're down 3-0 in the series. When I go to my first playoff game ever on Sunday, I've never been to one live. I'm going on Sunday. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to try and lose my voice to support this team. It comes from a place of passion. Maybe it comes from a place of delusion. That's kind of the running joke on my Discord server. I have myself called Delusional Oilers fan. Maybe sometimes I'm over positive and it turns into toxic positivity. Last night was a dose of reality. Last night was a dose of humanity. Last night's fan reaction, I was human. I had an absolute breakdown. It's the crash out of the playoffs, and we're 2 games into it. But this team, I love them. I love this team to death. The fans love this team. They're going to go home. They're going to go home to Edmonton, game 3 tomorrow night, and they're going to win. And then on Sunday, when I'm in the building, they're going to win. And then it's a best of 3, and we'll have to see what happens from there. But I think this team can do it. The odds are against them. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe this is rope-a-dope. Maybe this is galaxy braining. Hey, we'll just spot the LA Kings a couple games. Obviously, that's not true. The LA Kings deserve both wins. They have been the better team. But if I'm an Oilers player, you've got to create some kind of narrative. You got to get that motivation. The world's against you. The hockey world's against you. Fans are laughing at you. They're laughing at Stuart Skinner. They're laughing at the goaltending. They're angry at management. They're making fun of our media. Go out there and prove them wrong. Prove me wrong from last night. Anyone that saw that video from last night, prove me wrong. The Oilers have home ice for 2 games. It's a cliched cringy thing to say. You're not in trouble until you lose on home ice. Obviously, when you're down 2-0 in a series, you're already in trouble. Like, we know this team is in trouble. But if the Oilers win games 3 and 4 on home ice, the whole narrative changes. The entire vibe changes, and then we got a series. Now, I could be just talking out of my ass. The Oilers could lose tomorrow 5-1, and then they could lose game 4 5-0, and then they're out like a wet fart, and that's the end of the game. But I believe in this team. And the fans that are going to be showing up to the Moss Pit, Ice District, Rogers Place, those who are watching on TV, on the internet, from around the world, there's a lot of you that tune in from all around the world. They are tuning in for a reason because they believe and they love this team. Let's get that job done, Edmonton. Now, final topic today is just once again backpedaling to the thank you from the start of the video for hitting 5,000 subs, but it's not just about the subscriber count here. It's not just about the subscriber count. Yes, 5,000 subscribers is a massive, massive milestone, but it's not just about that. The number's nice. That's incredible. But my thank you right now goes out to those who tune in. Lots of you don't even comment. A lot of you tuning in, you know, when you have 8,000 views and 250 comments, well, clearly there's a lot of people who don't comment, and that needs to be acknowledged, right? Nobody has to comment. You don't have to like the video, but the big thing that I want to acknowledge right now is how amazing the hockey community is, how amazing you've all treated me since I started creating content, the respect factor from one fan base to another, from one fan to another. At the end of the day, we are all hockey fans. We love this sport. The highs and lows, the ups and downs, and the fact that many of you have, you know, turned into a, there's a routine here, right? And there's always a bit of pressure that I put on myself to make sure that I'm creating good content, to make sure that I don't miss uploads. And even when I do, and I missed more uploads than I would have liked this season. I had a whole game plan for exactly how I wanted this year to go for content, live streams, and I didn't hit those goals, my own internal goals. But you all kept showing up. You all kept supporting. You all kept commenting nice things. You all kept believing in this team. And this channel continues to grow at an exponential rate. This channel continues to explode in popularity, and I cannot do what I'm doing right now without that passion, without that love, without that positivity. At the end of every single video, I always say, tell someone that you love them. Because at the end of the day, it is just a game. And it's okay to be irrational sometimes. Last night, I was irrational. I'm not backpedaling what I said. I still firmly believe everything that I said last night. I'm not backpedaling on that. I'm not apologizing for anything that I said last night. Those are all words that I still believe in. That does not diminish my love for this team. It does not diminish your love for the team. It doesn't diminish anyone's love for this team, for the sport. I'm very lucky to have the support that I do, not just here on YouTube, but in real life. And it's important that we all acknowledge that. It's important that I'm acknowledging what you have brought to me as a viewer and my ability to bring to you as a creator. So it's one of those things where, I'm human, man. I'm human. Not every video is going to be positive. Sometimes there's going to be first-time viewers. There's a lot of people who saw that video last night, the fan reaction. That's the first time they've seen me in anything online, any video. And I promise you, that is not the norm. If you are here for that reaction every single time, that is not the norm. The norm is what we have today. More laid back, more chill, more calm, definitely more objective in our analysis, and also continuing to preach that positivity. It is a beautiful, beautiful day today. At least where I live, the sun is shining, the grass is getting greener. I see buds on trees where leaves are going to start growing soon. People are out walking. I hear the birds. I hear kids in the playground. It is just, when you take a step back, and I'm not trying to preach, this is not philosophy or anything, but when we take a step back, if you just close your eyes and forget about the hockey aspect for just a minute and just take everything in, Take in your surroundings. What's going on in your surroundings? What do you hear? What do you smell? What are you thinking? What is out there? We've got a beautiful, incredible, free world of amazing people. We live in an amazing country, at least I do here in Canada. Lucky to be here. And I can't thank you all enough for allowing me to be who I am, even through the ups and downs. So thank you. And thank you for 5,000 subscribers. You all mean the world to me. That is the end of today's video. Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Go win Game 3 tomorrow. Let's do it. Come on. We need to rally around the boys. Let's go.